Welcome, everybody. It is the Drip King, Jimmy Bebe. I am back after being in Chicago last week. I apologize, but I have returned to give you the Raw recap. And it was a good show. I really enjoyed this show. I think they accomplished quite a bit. We had a little bit of a controversy, things brewing, maybe backstage, maybe not. We don't know. It's a work. Is it not a work? I'm going to break that down a little bit, but we'll get to there. We're going to start the show off hot. What up, Tidy? Good to see you. Yeah, that's right. I got the Finn shirt, the AJ, because we got a little bit of the Bullet Club action tonight, and I think they looked great tonight. But again, we'll get that later. Show start off cage match. They not wasting any time. They said, let's go ahead and jump right into the thick of things. This is the match they promoted. All hail the king. That's right. So we had MVP comes out with Omos, obviously. He cuts a little promo talking about Bobby Lashley. Of course he does. He made Bobby Lashley what he was. Of course he did. And then out comes Bobby Lashley, but he's attacked by Cedric Alexander because Cedric is still just begging and pleading and just doing anything he can to get back on the good graces of MVP. We got to get that Hurt Business 2.0 back in the thick of things. We'll see if it happens, though. As Cedric's attacking Lashley, Omos comes out. All hell breaks loose, commercial break. That's how it goes. All hell breaks loose, commercial break. That's how it's always going to go in these kind of situations. We come back. Match starts in the ring. Cage is down. It was okay. I don't think we were expecting too much from Omos, as we've seen him and Lashley twice already. We're not expecting too much. There was some physicality here. And if you had to guess how this match was going to end, you probably guessed right, because he literally just threw him through the cage. He threw Bobby Lashley through the cage and then just stood there kind of like a dummy. I will knock him for this. I've been a big Omos supporter since day one, but I have to give him shit where shit's due. And just standing there looking like that was silly. He stood there just like, as Bobby Lashley was crawling around, and eventually Bobby comes down and he wins it. So Bobby gets to win another match. Omos gets to look strong in defeat. It could have been, I don't know. I'm not going to say it could have been done better, but they're going to prolong this one going into Hell in a Cell probably. Not a fan of that, but what can you do? That's the way she goes. The good thing about that, though, is the Omos Lashley thing is out of the way, and we can go on to the rest of the show. From there, we get Theory coming out, and he is going to be going one-on-one with Ali. Tidy said, I am happy Bobby won. That's good. I like people to be happy when they're watching the wrestling, so I like that. Theory comes out, and then Ali comes out, and then Theory grabs the mic, says, hey, that's not how this is going to go, and introduces The Miz as a special guest referee. Again, Ali upset, disappointed. He ain't liking that. And then from there, our Theory says, now it's time for me to go ahead and teach you the first lesson that Vince McMahon taught me. Expect the unexpected. You're not facing me. You need to prove yourself. You're facing Veer. So guess what? Veer comes hard on Ali. Ali, he was game. He put up a good fight. But you can't do much when you got The Miz as the referee, and he just don't like you. He don't like you, Ali. Don't know what it is. So after all the fighting that Ali put up against Veer, I think, yeah, Veer was on the outside. Ali went for his thing, and then Miz just got in his way. Like, whoop, won. Ali's mad about that. Gets in his face. Miz shoves him in the face. That causes a little bit of distraction. Here comes Veer. Boom. Puts him in the little submission. I don't know what they're calling it yet. I haven't caught on yet. And Ali taps. Afterwards, Theory comes in. He tells Veer to do it again, so we get a selfie with it. Miz joins in, and we get a little selfie action as Ali is put to sleep, having his neck wrenched. Then they said they're not done with Ali. They want to embarrass him more. Put him to the table, Veer. Veer says, yeah. So he goes out, starts taking out the table. Out comes the Mysterios to save the day. They take out Veer, get in the ring. Veer's mad. End segment. So, looks like we're probably going to go 2-on-1. Mysterios versus Veer. Not mad at that. That's a good way to make Veer just look even stronger. Everything about the segment worked. I appreciated it. I liked it. I'm big on pretty much everyone that was involved in it. So that's just me. From there, here's where controversy kicks in. Our main event was supposed to be Sasha Banks versus Naomi versus Asuka versus Becky Lynch versus Nikki Ash versus Doudrop. Adam Pearce and Becky Lynch. They in the back. Becky Lynch is talking to him. Says, Sasha and Naomi just left. They just walked out the building. What's going on? You should just make me number one contender. Adam Pearce says, no. That's not how things work around here. You are going to be facing Asuka. Winner becomes number one contender. So now this is where things get interesting, because as this happened, the report has broke out that Sasha talked to Vince McMahon, didn't like some of the creative, wanted some changes. Vince said, no. Sasha walks out, and in protest, Naomi joins her partner. Now, is it a work, or is Sasha really pissed? We don't know. We won't know until tomorrow, but I'm going to go ahead and break it down. My theory on this. Now, apparently Naomi was supposed to win tonight's match. Doesn't make sense. The 6-woman match tonight didn't really make sense when I guess Fightful on their paywall released it, and everyone's like, yo, this match is gonna bang tonight. It's gonna be fantastic. We're gonna love it. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. Everybody's excited about it. Fightful broke it, said this was happening. Then it didn't happen. Gee, I wonder why. Well, Sasha, again, it made no sense for this match to happen. We knew it was going to be Becky or Asuka. So the match itself really didn't make too much sense. Naomi win made no sense at all. So Sasha and Naomi walking out. And apparently it's because they didn't feel comfortable working with someone in the match. Gee, could it have been Nikki ASH and Doudrop? The two that they literally just started a program with last week? Could that be a story? Could we be getting worked? If you think about it, that makes a lot more sense than Sasha, who continuously praises how much she loves Vince McMahon, always thanking Vince McMahon. She appreciates Vince McMahon. She loves Vince McMahon. And she's going to go in there. He's going to say no. And she go, well, fine, I'm walking out. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. Now, it is worth noting the other day, she did unfollow literally everybody on her Twitter. That was random. Now this happens. We'll see. I think it's a work. Twitter has completely jumped the gun. Surprise, surprise. But we will see what happens. But we don't get the 6-person match. Instead, we got Becky versus Asuka in the main event. I'm not complaining because those two have great chemistry. It's going to be a great match. Now, I will go back. Again, I believe it's 100% of work. 100% of work, and I just broke it down for you. If it's not, they got me. If they didn't get me because it's not work. But if it's legit, then I'm very curious as to why this all happened. But we will see that. Ain't no work. Definitely a work, man. Definitely a work. Again, if someone can give me a logical reason as to why that match makes sense, even though they literally just started the Asuka, Becky, Bianca thing last week, then go ahead. Fill me in. Educate me on why tonight's 6-person match would have made sense. If you can't, then I'm sticking to my theory. It's a work. But back to the show, because after that, we get Riddle, WWE's new favorite workhorse, taking on Jimmy Uso to give us a little preview of the title unification match that will be happening on SmackDown. No Randy Orton. Riddle's going this alone. Jimmy, he ain't going alone because his brother Jay is always going to be right there. What we got? A nice little match. We've seen Riddle taking on the Usos one-on-one a lot. I think he's taking on both of them on SmackDown. Can't say for sure because I don't watch enough SmackDown, but apparently that's what's been happening. This was a nice competitive match, went back and forth. Riddle just doing what he does best. He's so damn good at what he's doing. Jay interfered a few times to the point where the ref finally called him and said he's ejected. That causes a distraction. Riddle rolls up Jimmy, gets the win, 1, 2, 3, and then hightails out of there before anything can happen to him. So Riddle is on a hot streak right now. He's involved with Roman. He's involved with the Usos. Randy, he's a big deal. Thank you. This is what I've been at. Ain't no word. So that's what happened. Riddle picked up the win in a very good match. There's a lot of matches tonight that are really good. I don't think any of them like really stood out as like best match. I think a lot of them, they were just very even, but a lot of good matches in my opinion. After that, we go to backstage. Liv Morgan is doing a little segment with Los Lotharios. Not sure why they're there, but they are. They're talking about be on the kiss cam, Liv, and Liv says, I'm not going to do that. In comes AJ Styles. Hello, kitty, kitty. He says, don't worry, I'm not here for kiss cam. Cringe, AJ, doesn't work for you. Don't do funny lines that did come out. That just seemed weird. Then Fatal Battle joins. They're saying, Liv, you should join us. We could do this together instead of them break us down one by one. Liv says, I'm not too sure. Then they went to commercial. Then they come back. Judgment Day promo. It's more of the same. I liked Rhea's part. She's talking about everyone will just be eradicated. She sells it much better than Damian Priest did. And Edge is just saying more of the same stuff. So after that, though, out comes Finn and AJ and Liv's with her. So I'm assuming in the time period between she says, I wasn't so sure, and the match, she's like, okay, let's do this, because it made no sense for her not to do it. They all have the same common enemy. You do it. So she came out to the ring with Finn and AJ for their match against Los Lotharios, and this match was fun. I enjoyed it. I really like the fact that they allowed Angel Garza and Humberto to get some offense in here. They made it competitive. Finn and AJ work real well together. I don't think anybody here was doubting that. I hope that this goes past Judgment Day. I don't mind seeing them as a tag team. I think it will be really fun. Obviously, Finn and AJ got the win here. They got the double finish at the same time. AJ hitting the phenomenal forearm from 3/4 across the ring as Finn hits the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3. They celebrate afterwards. That's it. No face-to-face with Judgment Day this week. So thank you for that, because I was getting tired. They're just beating them up every week. Thank you for that. Then after that, we go to the backstage, and Kevin Owens is with Alpha Academy, and old Gable says, look what I got. I got the results, the DNA results of Elias Ezekiel situation, whatever they want to call it. Kevin Owens excited. He's pumped. He opens it up. So the results are inconclusive because they've been tampered with. They found barbecue sauce. And Kevin Owens snaps, says, Otis, I saw you eating barbecue. And he's like, no. Elias or Ezekiel, I don't remember which the one they're referring to, but I believe it's Elias. He says Elias was eating barbecue, and that's what happened. He contaminated it. Kevin Owens not buying it. Then he starts insulting Chad Gable. Says, you're supposed to be the smartest man in the world, and Elias make you look stupid. And then Chad Gable's like, I'm gonna fix this. And Kevin's like, I'm done with all these tests. We need to do things differently. So Gable, I think he says something about his match coming up with Elias, Ezekiel, whatever you want to call them, later tonight. I like Alpha Academy and Kevin Owens' chemistry. They are funny together, and it's not too over the top goofy where you're like, I don't like R-Truth goofy. It's just naturally funny to me. After that, we go to Alexa Bliss versus Sony Deville rematch from last week, because Sony Deville wasn't ready, and she was distraught because she just lost her job, so she wants a rematch. Alexa Bliss comes out. She has new music. Again, it was terrible. This is the first one I think has been terrible, but a lot of people didn't like the last one either, so I can say, again, I don't know what they were thinking with this music, but we'll see what happens with it. This match, very competitive. Sony Deville got a lot of offense in. Alexa Bliss got the fight from behind and pick up the win. Real babyface stuff. It worked. I really enjoyed that match as well. Like I said, the theme for the matches tonight was they're just really good matches. None of them over top, great, awesome, fantastic, just really good matches. So Alexa Bliss picking up another win as she makes her way in up the rankings. We'll see what happens with that. Cody Promo comes up next, and just watch Cody promos because they're just good. He's so good at them. This one was a little different. It wasn't the bullet points he usually hits. He's going right in on Seth, and then it ends with him challenging. He goes over the history. Seth did this, he did this, he did this, and he did this. I did the exact opposite. I was losing. I was looking up at the lights. I painted a smile on my face, and I was biting my teeth, biting my tongue. So He's basically painting the picture of Seth. He got the success that Cody always wanted, as Cody was on a downward spiral. Now that he's back, things are working in his favor, and Seth can't seem to handle that. That's the story here. He ends it though with he challenges Seth to Hell in a Cell. We all saw it coming. Oh, my bad. Sorry, apologies. We all saw it coming. Then Seth, before the promo even started, Cody said Seth's not there, so we get Seth on Titantron, decked out in the drip gear, because that's what he does. He's the drip god. That's what he does, and he basically accepts Cody's challenge. He says, "Man, you have no idea what you just did. I changed people inside that cell," and he accepts. Yay, good job. I can't wait to watch it. Cody's going to bleed because that's what he wants to do in this match. With no reason to think this match won't be every bit as good as the last two were, if not better, because Seth, top of his game. Cody has been excellent since he came back. So, yeah, no complaints. I don't mind a trilogy here. It just makes sense. From there, we go to Asuka cutting a promo. She does a little crying face. Then she does Asuka's promo stuff. It's funny. You can tell she's intense. And then it basically is that's what it is. If you've seen an Asuka promo before, you know what you're missing here. But again, she brings intensity. I like that. After that, we go to Alpha Academy comes out with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens goes on commentary for the match against Ezekiel. It's Chad Gable. Sorry. Just some quick lines Kevin Owens hit that made me chuckle out loud. He called Mike Rome a liar when he introduced Ezekiel because it's Elias. Then he telling Byron Saxton, he goes, "I used to live next to Elias's parents in Orlando when they lived there, and I met them. They've never mentioned they had another kid. They've never mentioned having another son." And so Kevin Owens is really just coming up with these things off the top of his head to really add to this story. Kudos to him. That's again, this is why he's my favorite today. He just does everything above and beyond. And then he hit Jimmy Smith with, "I can't trust anything you said. You said that Cody hadn't wrestled in 6 years 2 weeks ago, and you were completely wrong with that. That was ridiculous." So I know people were excited about that one because everyone giving Jimmy Smith shit about that one. So Kevin Owens addressed it. That was fun. Yes, it was too sweet. I agree. We're in agreement there, David. How about that? It was funny. Love Kevin Owens. Love him. If you don't, I got no time for you. That's my opinion. What happened else though in this is it was another just solid, good, fun match. Went 2 segments like most of the matches did tonight. They might have allowed these matches to have more time. If the women's thing is not a work and Sasha and Naomi really walked out, there was a lot of time that was probably left to be filled, and they allowed these guys to have extra time. That would make sense. And that's why the matches came across as better than they usually do. But again, we will see. I don't think it's a work. But yeah, Ezekiel and Gable had a much better match this time than last time. It ended up Otis interfered a few times. He tried to interfere the second or third time. And Ezekiel hit him with the knee. Get out of here. Boo boo. And then Gable tried to roll him up. Then he reversed it, rolled him up. 1, 2, 3. Ezekiel wins. And then he hightails it because Otis comes in and Kevin Owens chases after him. Where this is leading, they're really milking it out. It's not bad because I enjoy it. It's entertaining, but it seems like they're milking that just a little too much. Let's get a conclusion to this so we can see what the next step for Ezekiel will be. Yes, there's no info. Absolutely. I'm just giving a theory on what I believe it is. And I'm glad you pointed out because there's way too many people out there just being like, this is what happened. No, this is what happened. No, we don't know. We don't know. We can look at facts. We can form an opinion on those, but a lot of them is not formed on facts. It's just, well, I don't like this, so I'm going to go against it, or I'm in favor of her, so I'm going to say it was all. No, we can let it play out. After that, we go to the 24/7 segment. Dana is walking with truth. No, Tamina's walking with truth. She thinks he's trying to serve Tozawa. Dana shows up. She thanks Truth for serving Reggie his papers. And then Reggie's like, "Look, I got to have my baby back." And he gets a little touchy. Dana Brooke pushes him and starts running. She runs into Carmella. Carmella and her have a little back and forth in which basically they insult each other. And then in comes R-Truth again. Dana leaves. We get the Reggie and Carmella reunion there for a second. He goes, "Where you been, Carmella?" And then Carmella's like, just she wanted nothing to do with it. Then R-Truth says, "You gotta help me get my baby back." And then Carmella says, "I will, because I want to get my hands on Dana, so I can see Dana and Carmella getting involved, and then Reggie, and then R-Truth coming in, getting his title back, and then Dana Brooke is in the women's division again, as opposed to 24/7, and then we can get some new faces in the 24/7 stuff, because the divorces happened with new faces. That's what we need. That's how you keep this thing at least a little bit fresh for the people who do entertain it. Fresh faces." After that, we come out and we get a Lacie Evans promo. And the word around town was Lacie Evans was going to be a heel. If Lacie Evans is a heel, that was the craziest heel promo I have ever heard in my life. Now, they could be going for the swerve here, waiting until she's ready to wrestle. I don't know. They're just prolonging it. I don't know. We will see. But she definitely was playing babyface during her promo. After that, we get a Riddle promo talking about Friday with the unification match. After that, we get a Usos promo talking about the same thing. 3 promos back to back. I never liked that. The only good thing about it is Riddle's and Usos was very short and sweet. Now it's time for the main event. Not the 6-woman match, because that got scrapped. Or it was never meant to be, and it was all part of the story. Becky versus Asuka. I don't think I need to sell you on this. If you've seen one Becky and Asuka match, you know they are great together. They have fantastic chemistry. Bianca was at ringside. I'll just cut to the end. The rest of the match, very good, very physical. You could tell that Becky and Asuka just like wrestling each other, because it's just always a very stiff but yet good match. I'm never disappointed. It's always good. At the end, Becky starts getting a little desperate. She's trying to bait Bianca into hitting her so she gets the disqualification win. Bianca ain't doing it. So Becky takes Asuka and throws her into Bianca. Then she throws Asuka back in the ring. She goes over and kicks Bianca in the head and then runs in the ring to get away. Bianca tries to chase her. Ref stops her. So Becky goes, grabs the umbrella, and she's about to hit Asuka with it. Asuka says nope. She ducks it. Out comes the green mist. She's still using green mist, even though she's not the heel anymore. I like it. Becky's blinded, obviously, gets a kick to the head. Asuka, 1, 2, 3. I'm shocked. I did not see that coming. I really thought we were going with a double count out, double DQ, something for the triple threat at Hell in a Cell between Becky, Bianca, and Asuka, because that's what makes sense to me. Doesn't look like it. We'll see. It could still happen. But having Asuka get the win clean like that, oh, not clean, but in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3, shocking for me. Did not see that coming. But that was the end. Becky, afterward, covered in green. She's mad. Ref checking on her. And I always find this funny. Yeah, it still may still happen. I believe it still happens. If you watch the prediction show with me and my man Nick, that's what we picked. And I still firmly believe it happens. Becky will find a way to slither her way in. But as I was saying, what I always find funny about the green mist spot is if the ref was to see Asuka spit that in Becky's face, she's DQ'd. But after the match is over, he's helping Becky and he sees the green mist all over her face and he's just like, hey, you good? You good? Like, no. Reverse the decision. That doesn't make sense to me. But whatever. It is what it is. That's the show. Again, I think it was a good show. I think it flowed very well tonight. I'm glad they did the Omos Lashley first, because anywhere else in this card, it would have hurt the show, in my opinion. So it's good to get that out of the way there. I like the 24/7 segment being later in the show, because by then you're looking for a change of pace, especially with tonight, with good match. The entertainment has to come from somewhere. Throw it in there before the main event. Good spot for it, in my opinion. What do you think they call that trio? They're going to call it like, I don't know. They can't call it the original, what they call it? The OG BC, but I don't remember what they called it before. The original club. I don't know. They're probably not even going to give them a name, honestly. They probably won't even let this one breathe. They won't let this AJ and Finn partnership continue afterwards, which is a shame, because I think they could help the tag team division out, which needs help. And it gives them both something to do instead of just floundering around taking losses to people helping them out. It would help. So hopefully they do. And if they do, maybe we'll just call them the club. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. But I think it's interesting Unless Jay is showing up, they can't use Bullet Club. Jay and Seth would rock, though. I think they could call it the club. They don't have to call it Bullet Club. They could call it the club. They could call it, I don't know, Pellet Club, BB Club. I don't know. Jay and Seth would rock. Of course it would rock. Seth's going to rock with any of the top talents from around the world. That's what he does. But as I was saying, good show. I like the pace. It was very well done tonight. And a lot of stuff happened. Behind the camera as well, maybe. We'll see. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be interesting. And if you need updates, stay with WrestleBuddy. We'll try and help you as much as we possibly can. Keep you updated with this news on Sasha Banks and Naomi. So, if you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Like it. Share with your friends, your family, your enemies, your companions, your coworkers, everybody. Share with everybody. The Drip King is for everybody. I'm here to spread love. I'm here to spread happiness. I'm a happy wrestling fan, and I want to push that onto people. I want to spread that love and happiness to everybody so that we can all just be friends together as opposed to fighting over just silly nonsense, because there's no need for that. So with that said, I will wrap this up by saying thank you for watching yet again. That's only 2 tonight, so I'm going to throw in a third one. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you on Wednesday night for the AEW Dynamite recap. I'm happy to be back for that since I missed it last week. Great show last week. Hopefully we get another great show this week. So until then, check out what WrestleBuddy has to offer on YouTube. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got a new show on Saturday, Captain's Table, with yours truly, the Captain, and Maddie, Quiz Buddy, Maddie, Quizmaster, Quiz Buddy. Sorry, I'm sleepy. I'm getting tired. I can't remember what it is. Quizmaster, that's what it is. All 3 of us. We got some good content for you on Saturday, as well as everything else on the site. We're going back to the Quiz Buddy. No, not the Quiz Buddy. Man, I'm all over the place. We're doing the interviews for the WrestleBuddy. The WrestleBuddy interviews. They continue this week. Dan, make sure you watch it. Chinwag Dan. It's going to be a fun episode, especially for those who appreciate the wrestling outside of WWE and AEW. He likes that stuff. So if that's your cup of tea, tune in for that. And that's it. Last thank you. I slipped in a 4th one there for you because I really appreciate y'all. And with that said, I will say goodbye. Boom.